Hello there, guys. So, today we are going to start with a new chapter, which is expansions. And expansion, what is the meaning of expansion? How do we use it in mathematics? And all that is what we are going to see today. Extremely easy chapter. Of course, yes, I agree. There are going to be a couple of formulas that you'll have to remember, but if you really use them very well and try to, kind of follow the flow of the sums that we are going to do, then it's absolutely easy chapter. So here we come. We have expansions. So expansions, if you actually see the meaning of this word expansion in general English, okay, which means to stretch something, to pull something, to if you have a rubber band in your hand, if the rubber band is so small and you pull it, so basically you will expand it to this. So whatever is of this size, when you pull it apart, it becomes of this size, correct? This is applicable in mathematics as well. You know how it is applicable. So, for example, suppose if I tell you, let us take a very easy example that if we say that we want to multiply 3 square, correct? We have seen this 3 square. 3 square meaning 3 into 3, correct? Or if I say 4 to the power 8, okay, this is not expansion. What is expansion? 4 into 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 4. What has happened? 4 to the power 8, such a small thing has been stretched to such a large, long thing, correct? This is expansion, expanding something. Here in mathematics today, we are going to learn about expansions, and we are going to see we have come across couple of expansions and formulas. So we are going to see expansion in the process where the contents of a bracket which is given to you, they are stretched. So do you remember in the earlier classes you had this formula, which is a plus b the whole square. A plus b the whole square, if you expand this, it is going to be a plus b into a plus b, correct? Obviously, as I said, 3 square can be written as 3 into 3. So a plus b can be written as a plus b into a plus b, correct? Now, I hope all of you know how to multiply this. So you take the content of this bracket, okay? Or what I'm going to do for ease of understanding, let's write down the content of this bracket in another color. Okay, let's say this is yellow, a plus b. So I'm going to expand a, okay, and I'm going to write plus b here, and then with this the white bracket with both of them, correct? This is, if you remember, this is distributive property, okay, or we expand it to further. Now with this yellow a, we are going to multiply every element inside, all right, with this and this. What do you get? That you'll get this as a square plus ab plus b into a is also ab plus b square. That leads you to, so this is a plus b the whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. Now, this is expansion. We have expanded a plus b the whole square and we have come up to this answer, correct? So basically, we can say that therefore a square plus 2ab plus b square is the expansion of what? Is the expansion of a plus b, is the expansion of a plus b the whole square, correct? A plus b the whole square. Are you getting it? So this is what is expansion, to expand something. Now, this is actually a formula, right? You understand? I'm sure in the younger classes we have seen. So this is our main interest is in using the formulas here, correct? What is the formula? This bit here is a formula, right? We have to understand this and we have to know this, correct? At the end of the whole session, we will see what all formulas we have learned here, okay? Similarly, now we also can write down, let's say a minus b the whole square. So a minus b the whole square is again going to be a minus b into a minus b. That's going to be A into bracket A minus B, and this is minus B into bracket A minus B. This is going to give you A square minus AB, again another minus AB, and this minus into this minus. Understand that you have to multiply this minus and this minus B. So minus minus you get a plus B square. Your final answer is going to be A square minus AB will give you minus 2AB, and this is plus B square. Correct? So this is another formula. What is this? This is the expanded form of A minus B the whole square. This is actually a formula which we have to remember. Every time we are not going to write this entire thing. We have to remember this formula, and whenever we come across such kind of an equation, we are going to straight use this formula. Okay, let's take one more example here. There are many such sums and which we can do, and not everything needed to be remembered every time as a formula. Sometimes we also have to use common sense. Don't try to remember everything in terms of formula. You'll go mad there. So many formulas are not possible. For example, in actually it's not required, but they have given you this as a formula, which is like a plus 1 by a the whole square. Okay, now according to the formula, according to the expansion, okay, you see what answer you get here. We'll expand this and you will see. Okay, this is equal to a square c. Okay, this is going to be a. If you use this in the formula, let us use this. What formula are we going to use here? Okay, by using which formula? By using a plus b the whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. So if you use this formula, what are you going to get here? This is going to be, so basically this is your a, this is your a, and this bit becomes your b. Correct? So let's use it now. This is a square. A square is going to be a square plus 2 into AB. A is A and B is 1 by A. Correct? Plus B square. B square is going to give you 1 by A. This is the whole square bracket. So this is going to be A square. This A and this A will cut. So you'll have A square plus 1 by A square plus 2. Are you getting it? Or to be very precise, you write down the order of what is left there. So this is going to be A square plus 2 plus 1 by a square. To write it properly formatted, you can write down a square plus 1 by a square plus 2. Correct? So they have told you to remember this as a formula, but it's really not required. You can use the basic concepts and you can get it. Correct? These things are called as identities. So similarly here, we can use, suppose if we have uh, a minus 1 by a the whole square. This is equal to what? What formula can we use here? We can use here by using a minus b the whole square, which is equal to what? Which is equal to a square minus 2ab plus b square. So see, if you take this as your a and if you take this as your b, then it becomes very easy because you can just substitute and you'll get the answer. Correct? So a square will be a square minus 2 into a into 1 by a plus b square. That will give you a square minus this a and this a will cut minus 2 plus b square. To write it as a final answer, we can say a minus 1 by a the whole square is equal to a square plus b square minus 2. But my suggestion would be that don't remember this like a formula. If you try to remember everything as a formula, then I mean you'll go crazy. You can't remember so many things as a formula, correct? Now, there's another identity. We call these things as identities. I hope you guys remember this word identities. Identity is something which we are going to again and again use them in different things, correct? Okay, one more important identity. is expansion of, let's say, a um a square minus b square is equal to a plus b into a minus b. This is a straightforward identity. Okay, now let's see, we can use this identity in so many places. So if we know this identity, which is a square minus b square, which is a plus b into a minus b, is the expansion of a square minus b square. Now let's do a little something different. Okay, let's do it like this. Let us take an example of, say, a plus b the whole square minus a minus b the whole square. Okay, ideally we know the expansion of each of them separately. We know what is the expansion of this and we know what is the expansion of this, correct? So we'll do this sum in two ways, see how benefiting it is or how advantageous it is to know identities. So I'm going to put, let's make two parts of the board and we will see how to use this. So let's expand this. This is going to give you a square plus 2ab plus b square in one bracket minus, this is going to be a square minus 2ab plus b square. So if you open the bracket, what would you get? This is a square plus 2ab plus b square minus a square plus 2ab plus b square. So sorry, this is going to give you minus b square. So minus b square plus b square and minus a square plus c square gets cancelled and you have minus 2ab minus 2ab, you are left with 4ab. This happens when you are using the expansion form of each of them separately. See how advantageous it will be if you directly use this formula written on the top. Okay, so you understand, just to kind of make it very clear to you all, what is your a value? Your a value is a plus b. Okay, and what is your b value? Your b value is a minus b, correct? And we know that a square minus b square is equal to a plus b into a minus b. So plain and simple, we are going to keep it very easy. So a plus b, a plus b, what is a, where is a plus b? Are you seeing this? This is a plus b. That means we are simply going to add these two together in one bracket and subtract this two in the other bracket. So a plus b meaning a plus b plus a minus b, correct, into, what is the other bracket you're going to give you? A minus b. What is a minus b? That is a plus b minus a plus b, correct? Now what's going to happen here? This b and this b will cut off and this a and this a will cut off. We are left with 2a 2a, one second. Yeah, sorry. So we are left with 2a into 2b. 2 2s are 4 and AB. We still get the same answer. Okay, whichever method you do, yes, same answer. Yes, but if you know the identities, it kind of helps you to do things or move the, you can solve your sums faster if you know the identities. So three main identities that we learned right now. Which are these identities? Let's see. So the first identity which we learned is a plus b the whole square, a plus b the whole square, which is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. The next identity is a minus b the whole square, which is equal to a square plus 2ab plus a square minus 2ab plus b square. And the third identity which we learned was a square minus b square, which is equal to a plus b into A minus B. Three primary identities, and we are now going to do a couple of sums based on these identities. Extremely easy. Nothing, absolutely nothing is there in this, you know, it's very, very easy. Okay, so let's do a couple of examples. Okay, suppose we have this formula or identity a plus b the whole square, which is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. So if you say that the value of a is 5 and the value of b is 3, then the same thing will be what? Therefore, this will become a square will become 5 square plus 2 into 3 times 5 or 5 times 3 and plus 3 square. That is going to give you 5 5s are 25 plus 2 into 15 plus 9, that's equal to 25 plus 30 plus 9, and this is equal to 55 plus 9, that's equal to 64. So your final answer will be 64. This is how we do the sums when we have to use the identities. Are we clear? All right, let's take one more example. Let's take a little difficult example. I think you guys know what we are doing, correct? Let's take, or we have this identity which is, or let's take two negative numbers otherwise. So for the same identity, a plus b the whole square, okay, which is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square, and if your a is equal to minus 8 and if your b is equal to 5, check what happens here. Therefore a square will be minus 8 the whole square plus 2 into bracket minus 8 into 5 plus b square is going to give you 5 the whole square. Minus minus plus, this will give you a positive 64 plus 2 into bracket 8 times 40 but a negative 40 and plus 25. Okay, now this two numbers when you multiply you get a negative answer, which is 64 minus 80 plus 25. That gives you how much? This gives you 64 plus 25, that will give you 89 minus 80, and your final answer is going to be 9. Okay, this is how we do the sums. I hope you got it. This is extremely easy. As of now, what we have taken is not at all difficult. Okay, now let's use this identity for a sum which is like, say, a plus 2b the whole square. So how will you do this? Basically, what identity? Every time we do it, we are going to write by using. Every time write it like this, by using a plus b the whole square. This is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. I suggest keep a colorful pencil, keep another color pencil. So every time you write the identity in your notebook, when you do the sum, you really don't have to make any extra efforts or special efforts to by heart the identities, correct? Now your a is a only, but your b here is 2b, correct? So this will give you a square will be a square plus 2 into bracket a into 2b plus b square. So b instead of b square we are going to have 2b square, correct? That is 2b the whole square. This is going to give you a square plus 2 times 2, this 2 and this 2, 2 times 2, that's going to give you 4ab plus 4b square. This is your final answer, correct? Okay, so I hope you guys are understanding what we are doing. We'll take one more example here and we will see how it works. Okay, suppose we have, let's take 2a minus 3b the whole square. So write the formula. This is going to be what? This is going to be by using, which formula are we going to use here? This is going to be a minus b the whole square. What is a minus b the whole square? This is a square minus 2ab plus b square. Now let's figure out what are our values here. Your a is going to be 2a and your b is going to be 3b, and rest all just substitute the values and you should be able to get the answer directly. Correct? This is the benefit of using identities, actually speaking. So therefore we can say that 2a minus 3b the whole square, this can be written as, instead of a square we can write 2a the whole square minus 2 into bracket 2a multiplied by 3b, and this is going to be 3b the whole square. See, I'll tell you guys, most of the kids know they do this kind of error. What happens is, see, for example, this is 2a square, so they will write 2a square. Actually it is not like this, this is wrong. You have to write it down as 2a square, which means it is 2a times 2a. So this actually has to be 4a square, but a very common mistake kids do is they write 2a square. So make sure that you don't do these kind of errors, because when when you put something in your thinking, or when you put something in the way you write is wrong, the way method that you do is right, but the way you do your calculation is wrong, even then you are not going to get your answers correct, right? Okay, come on, coming back to this. So this will give you 4a square minus, see, this 2 3s are 6 and 6 2s are 12, so this is going to give minus 12ab plus 3 times 3 is going to give you 9 and b square. So now this becomes your answer. So if you see that, if you know the identities are going to save a lot of. Okay, let's take one more example here. uh 1 second. Okay, so let's take this. We are given the value of a plus b. A plus b we are given 9. Okay, so we will, I'll just read out the question. We can say if a plus b, if a plus b is equal to 9 and ab, this is equal to minus 22. So therefore we have to find out, we can say we have to find, first thing we have to find the value of a minus b, and second we have to find the value of a square minus b square. Okay, so first of all a minus b, correct? See, we know that a plus b the whole square, this is your solution. Okay, a plus b the whole square minus a minus b the whole square will give us 4ab. We have seen that, correct? So we have the value of a plus b the whole, a plus b. So I can write down 9 square minus a minus b the whole square is equal to 4 into bracket minus 22. Correct? Because we have those values. This will give you what? This will give you 81 minus a minus b the whole square. This is going to give you a minus 88. Correct? Okay. Now if we take this 81 here, this 81 we can shift it this side. Correct? So what will that give us? This will give us minus into bracket a minus b the whole square is equal to minus 88 minus 81. That is equal to minus in bracket a minus b the whole square is equal to minus 169. This minus and this minus cut, and if you see, if you take the square root on both the sides, we will get a minus b is equal to plus or minus 13, because see, 169 is a square root of, if you take the square root, then your answer will be 13, but answer will be 13, but it can be either plus 13 or minus 13, because plus 13 into plus 13 will also give you 169, and minus 13 into minus 13, this will also give you 169. So since we do not know whether it is plus or minus, so we have to write both the signs here. So that is why we will say that it is equal to a minus b is equal to plus or minus, it is going to be plus or minus 13. That's your answer. I hope you guys understood. This is not very difficult to understand. Okay, now let us see the next part that we have to find out. Just put up a line in between. Okay. So now we have to find out a square. We have to find out a square minus b square. Now, if you get a minus b is equal to 13. Okay. All right. How to find out a square minus b square? So next is going to be a square minus b of 4. Now listen. We already have the identity a square minus b square is equal to a plus b into bracket a minus b. So therefore then a square minus b square is equal to, what is a plus b? 9. And what is a minus b? Now a minus b we have two values. So first value we will take plus 13. Okay. So this will be 9 and 27. So 170. Correct. This is one answer. And then but yeah, we can have an optional answer to it. Correct. Because 13 can be negative. We have got two values for 13. Correct. Or we can say that a square minus b square is equal to a plus b into a minus b, but a plus b is 9 and a minus b is minus 13, in which case you will get 100 and minus 117. Correct. So two values for the next answer as well. Correct. So this is your answer. Correct. I hope you guys understood this. All right. Okay. Let's do the next question then. So we have been given that x plus 1 by x, this is equal to 2. Correct. And we have to find the value of, we have done this in rationalizing denominator, remember we have but these are not rationalizing. Okay, we have to find x square plus 1 by x square. Okay, and there's one more we have to find out. We also have to find out x to the power 4. Okay, we have to find out x to the power 1. I'm going to rewrite the question, okay, because I think, okay, so we have, if they are saying that if x plus 1 by x is equal to 2, then find, first thing we have to find out x square plus x square plus 1 by x square, and second we have to find out x to the power 4 plus 1 by x to the power 4. Okay, so one by one let's do this first. Remember we have done a one formula, some time back, where a square, sorry, where we have a plus 1 by a the whole square. This is equal to a square plus 1 by a the whole square plus 2. Correct. So if you directly use this formula here, what are you going to get it? Okay, so therefore we can say that if x plus 1 by 2 with, okay, we have been given x plus 1 by x. Okay, if you square this, we will get x square plus 1 by x square plus 2. Correct. Now this value we can say 2 square is equal to x square plus 1 by x square plus 2. 2 2s are 4, and 4, if you take this 2 here, this 2 we can take it here and it will become minus. Correct. This 2 is plus. Correct. If you take this 2 on the other side, it will become minus, so it will become 4 minus 2. Are you getting it? Correct. This will give you 4 and this 2 here. 4 minus 2 is equal to x square plus 1 by x square. So 2 is equal to x square plus 1 by x square. Correct? This is your answer. Now if you see the other part, okay, it is an extension of the same thing, but yes, this time we have to use the answer for the previous part. Okay, so what are we going to do here? So we now have, so we have what we have, that x square plus 1 by x square is equal to 2 is what we got. Correct? Now if you square this, okay, we have x square plus 1 by x square the whole square. This will give you x to the power 4 plus 1 by x to the power 4 plus 2. Correct? Now we know that the value for this is 2, so we can say 2 square is equal to x to the power 4 plus 1 by x to the power 4 plus 2. So once again 4 minus 2. Correct? So this will give you 4, and again the same thing. Correct? 4 minus 2, this 2 we bring it on the other side. Correct? Is equal to x to the power 4 plus 1 by x to the power 4. 4 minus 2 will give you 2. 2 is equal to x to the power 4 plus 1 by x to the power 4. This is your answer. I hope you guys are getting it. Okay, if you don't get it, put it in the comment, and I'll try and see if we can give more explanation on this. Correct? So let's do one more example there. Suppose we have been given that a square plus 1 by a square is equal to 7. Okay, of course here it is understood that a is not equal to 0. Why this is important? If a is equal to 0, then this entire thing will become infinity. So for a not equal to 0 is important, because this fraction should have some value. Correct? Okay, now we have to find out three things here. I'm going to make three columns. Okay, the first thing we have been told to find out, okay, the first thing we have to find out is a plus 1 by a. Okay, now if you take a plus 1 by a, what will you get here? Check. See, 1 by a, we will take this as, see what is missing here. If you look at this properly, okay, if you look at this entire thing properly, okay, what is missing here? If you would have had two, if you would have had 2 here, okay, see, we have a formula. What is the formula? We have a formula here that we have a formula here that a plus 1 by a the whole square is equal to a square plus 1 by a square plus 2. Correct? So your 2 is missing, no, in this case, right? So what we can do here, if you add and subtract 2, we are not going to change the equation, right? So we have 1 by 1 plus a. If you square this, okay, we will get a square plus 1 by a square, okay, is equal, sorry, minus, sorry, plus 2. Correct? That means a plus 1 by a square, a plus 1 by a the whole square is equal to, we have the value for this, is equal to 7 by 2, 7 plus 2. So that means a plus 1 by a the whole square is equal to 9. If you take square root on both the side, you will get a plus 1 by a is equal to 3. Okay, this is pretty simple. Let's look at the other part. I have not written the questions due to place constraint. Okay, let us look at the second part of the question. They want us to find out a minus 1 by a. Okay, a minus 1 by a. So we will take this a minus 1 by a and you square it. This is equal to a square minus 1 by, sorry, plus 1 by a square minus 2. So that means a minus 1 by a the whole square is equal to, we have 7 here, 7 minus 2. Correct? So Oh, I'm sorry, here we have to write plus or minus because we don't know what the value is. Okay, coming back to this. So this will be how much? This will be a minus 1 by a the whole square. This is equal to this is equal to 5. If you take square root on both the sides, you will get a minus 1 by a is equal to plus or minus under root of 5, because we don't have a definite value. So we will write down as under root of 5. Correct? Very easy. Once you know the identities, it becomes like a cakewalk. Okay, and the last thing what we have to find out is using the previous two values that we have got already. So see what it is. So the third thing that we have to find out is a square minus 1 by a square. So a square means minus 1 by a square. That means it is going to give you what? It will be a plus 1 by a into bracket a minus 1 by a plus 1 by a is equal to plus or minus. So for first let us take the value of plus 3 into, so how many values will you get here? You will get a couple of, so let us just write down plus or minus 3 into plus or minus root 5. So your final answer will be plus or minus 3 root 5. This is going to be your answer for the third question. This is the third question. Correct? This is what it is. I hope you guys understood this. Yeah, it is absolutely very easy. कुछ है ही नहीं इसके अंदर. One more example and then we will straight go to the exercise in the next video. This is an introductory video. In the next exercise we will solve your exercise 4a, and then after that you will be able to solve the sums. Okay. Chalo, let's see. So if they have given that if a square minus 5a plus 1, this is equal to 0. Okay, here it is understood that your a is not equal to 0, because if a is equal to 0, then the equation is of no use, it has no value. Correct? We have to then find a plus 1 by a, and also this is the first thing we have to find, and the second thing that we have to find is a square plus 1 by a square. You guys have seen that first we find first answer, in the second question we can use that answer. Correct? Okay, now what is given to us? We have been given that a square minus 5a plus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, now if you divide both the sides by a, okay, if you divide both the sides by a, that means what will happen? You will divide, देखो, you'll have a here also, you'll have a here also, you'll have a here also, and you'll have a here also. Divide both the sides by a. If you divide both the sides by a, you will get, this will give you a. Okay, ये और ये cancel हो जाएगा. Correct? So this will give you 5. This will give you plus 1 by a, and this will give you 0 by a will give you 0. Correct? Alright, that means if you take the 5 this side, you will get a plus 1 by a is equal to this 5. This 5 we can shift here, it will become plus 5. Correct? So this is the value of the first question. Right? Okay, now let us see what do we have for the second one. Second one is easy. Now once you know what you've done in the first one, then second one is literally very easy. So now what you have here in the second question, we have to find out, this was the second question, where we have to find out a square plus 1 by a square. Now we know that a plus 1 by a the whole square is equal to 1 by a square, sorry, is equal to a square plus 1 by a square plus 2. Correct? So we have the value of this, so we can say that 5 square is equal to a square plus 1 by a square plus 2. That's equal to 25 is equal 25, and see if this 2, if you take it on the left hand side, it will become minus, correct? You understand? This 2 here, uh, this 2, can you see this 2? This 2 here. This 2, if you take it on the left hand side, okay, so we shift it, we take it from here and we shift it to this side. That will become minus, correct? So we can write this down as 25 minus 2 is equal to a square minus 1 by plus 1 by a square, which is equal to 23 is equal to a square plus 1 by a square, correct? This is your answer, and this is the end of introduction of your exercise 4a. Whatever sums we have done, they are enough for you to kind of solve the first exercise 4a. Okay, there are approximately 17 questions in it. All the questions are very easy. Even if I do another video to solve the questions, it's not going to be very difficult. I mean, it's not going to be all the questions, sorry, I'm not going to do all the questions. I just use selective sums I will pick up and do, which are similar, and others you can solve for yourself, correct? So this is the end of our introduction of the 4a. All right, and so thank you guys. I'll see you in the class. If you have any doubts when you go through the videos, let me know. All right, thank you. Bye bye.